I woke up today and just have not been able to be in a good mindset. And I figured the only way to kind of get out of that right now would be to paint. And so that's what I'm gonna do right now and talk a little bit about why I feel like shit and just some of the thoughts that have been going through my mind. And if this kind of helps anybody, that is my sole purpose of this, and I'm not trying to seek any kind of empathy or anything like that. This is just all I can think to do in this moment that I feel really low, and instead of having these dark thoughts of hurting myself, and I'm gonna try and express myself through painting. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do here, but I'm just gonna do it and we'll see what happens. Let's get started with some gray, because that's how I'm really feeling today. I just kind of wake up sometimes and automatically it's like you put a blanket of just all your worries and self-doubts and things that just bother me. Most of it's all just myself. I had a friend I was talking to the other day tell me that I think maybe I haven't really worked hard for anything, and I've been thinking about that a lot. And I don't know, I mean, there's times in my life I've really worked hard when I was directing shows and stuff at the theater company in Ohio. That was like everything to me, and having so much fun with all of my favorite friends and family, and it was a really cool time. But I think what I've worked hard mostly on is the affection of others, and just trying to be liked. And as I think about it, along the way somewhere, it feels like maybe, no fault to anybody, I had a great childhood, great family growing up, like my mom, my grandma, my Aunt Carrie, all my other aunts, uncles that really helped bring me into this world. And even in recent years, when I was an adult, 20, I got in touch with my father. And that whole journey has been awesome, with finding out I have a younger brother, and just getting to know my father almost 20 years now, as I'm in my late 30s. That's been a really cool journey. And I don't know, but somewhere along the way growing up, I learned never to love myself. I know I have talents and that I am, overall a good person. I try and be kind and I try and help others, and a lot of that became like my essence of being. Like, I'm always trying to do good for others in hopes that by them liking me, I'll like myself or find value within myself. It hasn't worked. That's just been a really big struggle for me. There's been this feeling I've developed somewhere along the lines as well of not being good enough, and that has followed me in everything I do, in my relationships, in just how my overall success as an artist, or whatever I'm doing. And that sucks. So that often makes me feel blue. It's an awful feeling to not feel good enough, and I'm always seeking validation subconsciously. That therefore it gives me an anxiety about how people feel about me, because then it's like, okay, well, am I actually doing things genuinely? Which in my mind, I'm telling myself that, and I truly feel that at the time. If I'm trying to help someone, I don't know. It's just, right now my brain's so jumbled up. I don't know what to think about anything anymore. I don't know what to think about myself, and it's infiltrated everything. I don't even always call to hang out with my friends, or when they call me to hang out, I don't feel like a good person. I don't feel like I'm always feeling like shit, so I don't want to drag other people down. I start alienating myself from things that I enjoy. My creative brain gets infiltrated with so much negative that it just stalls me and I feel stuck. I just stop taking care of myself, which makes it horrible. That doesn't help me thrive in any aspect of my life. It's just this circle of self-hatred, and I feel unworthy, and like, how dare I treat myself like this because, you know, of the people that have supported me in my life, and I'm letting people down, I'm letting myself down. You know, none of that feels good. I don't know how to make that stop. I know it's on me to make it stop. I'm only the only person that can change things in my life, and I know how to change my way of thinking. And it's like, I understand all that, and I can tell another person that so easily, but doing it within myself has been an absolute just failure. And I'm just at a point where I'm just so tired, and I, you know, put myself in such a frustrating situation in just my life in general that when I wake up, here I am, this shitty person, probably going to fail again today at something, and then bad things start piling up, and it's just like, you know, and I know a lot of that is my mindset, but it's just, how do I get out of that? I don't know. Maybe some purple, I don't know. Purple's a cool color. Makes me think of Prince. But I found, again, painting helps me just kind of create something out of madness, which is what I would like to do in my own life. Easier said than done, for sure. It's good to find something that helps take your mind off of things, which has been a godsend for me, especially during quarantine. It feels like in the last few years of my life, I've just really, a lot of things have come to a head because of lack of self-care. I try and talk to myself more positively, like, and try and catch myself in those moments where I'm just self-destructing and saying horrible stuff to myself. I try and catch myself and stop that and think of something good. I don't know, there's something about the color like purple and blue and stuff that just helps me think. I guess it kind of reminds me of the ocean, which is somewhere I love to go and think and reflect and paint, be creative. It's just something that's ever changing and flowing, and the ocean has so much life that it gives off and has inside of it, and you know, that's just I don't know, it's a really a miraculous thing to be around sometimes. I feel there's so much out there in the world. I've been fortunate to get to travel a lot around the world, and within that just kind of open my perspective to see different things of life and how other people struggle and how other people succeed and thrive. And you know, there's just so much beauty out there, which is also, you know, a reason I want to stay around. There's so much I want to do, and so much I've done, and that I don't give myself credit for, or you know, I have so many paintings, I have so much music that I'm just sitting on. I probably have right now about 30 paintings I've done that I'm just kind of holding on to for no reason. I don't know, fear of putting it out there. I mean, I'd like to kind of sell them and do cool things with them, but I like hold myself back. I would really like to not do that anymore and just succeed and help other people succeed and just spread kindness and for others and myself. Gotta find an outlet. This has saved me multiple times in those moments where, you know, I feel like no way out. I feel hopeless. How am I gonna make it out? What am I gonna do? And, you know, these thoughts come in, it's just like, dude, you should just take yourself out, because you're no good to anybody. There's a part of me that's like pleading up to myself to like stop feeling this way, which, you know, there was a time a couple of years ago where I couldn't even break out of that, and just, you know, I was constantly thinking of ways to, like, in my life, I feel guilty taking people's time. I need to fix things myself. I totally get that. And in my head, it's like, dude, you can't. How can you fix this? People give me ideas all the time of like, hey, do this. sell my art, do this kind of thing. It's just like, for some reason, I don't do it. I feel incapable, or I honestly can't explain it really. I'm gonna use some red, just because I feel angry with myself. You know, having all of these thoughts in my head all the time, every moment of the day, I find myself exhausted, which also doesn't help me accomplish a lot of my goals, because I'm fatigued all the time. Just have enough energy to get through the day I'm in currently, and then to like put that energy that I want to into the things I want to do. It's just like, I don't know where that energy comes from when I have absolutely none and just don't feel good ever. Being unworthy of the love that I've received in my life, and just the help. I know people care about me and want me to succeed and want me to be happy, you know, the simple things in life, but I know I'm my own worst enemy. I'm gonna put some black here, perhaps as a background for something else. Thanks for listening. As always, you know, I just kind of put this stuff out there just to, again, try and help myself, and hopefully if it helps other people, that would be really, really cool. But yeah, all right guys.